Good morning. So we are No Regrets. Our team consists of Neha, Vikas, Shrikant, and me. Uh, so the components that we have used are actually first and foremost the login IDM, storage. I use poly server and built everything on top of HP elements. Right. So before I even start with that, let's talk about how did we come up with the name of No Regrets. So no regrets. With no regrets, a few days back, what I was doing was I was chatting to a customer executive in Paytm. So Paytm is an e-commerce company in India. So there was some issue with the cash remittance to my account, which was supposed to be done a month back. However, after consecutive chat sessions, I finally that weekend, I finally got hold of him, and we talked over. I exchanged some information, my account number and all the details, as well as my phone number. So luckily, everything got resolved, and at the same day, the cash was remitted to my account. Now, the next day, while looking back, I just realized, oh, what did I do? In all those chat sessions, the last chat session I had shared my account number. One of the chat sessions I had shared my phone number, which coincidentally is the same number that I use with my bank account. Now, okay, there could be some firewalls in place for the bank that they could not direct money. They have my debit card, they have all the information in all the chat sessions. So how do I, what have I done? And as a privacy concerned global citizen, I really do not want to endanger my privacy at all. So the idea boomed from there as to how we can develop something that you don't regret after it. And this is just a the use case I'm talking about is just about a credit card. The use cases are many, which Shrikant will be talking about later. So the no regrets is something that you can send over text. It's not unintended. You will send over, the client at the other side will obviously see that. But the idea is that should not be retrievable. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we present the no regrets chat application. So, I'll directly show the demo. So we have some predefined users, but let's go ahead and register a new user. Say we'll register Neha. Sorry. So background, this call is being handled by a JSP, which is talking to IDM client, and which actually gets registers the user. So there are some issues which we'll talk about with IDM also later. So okay. So once you enter the application, a user can see different chat rooms. So we have defined some predefined chat rooms, say Madhouse, Powerpuff Girls, Bingo Wives, whatever. So it's an online, something similar to an online chat room. So when the user enters, he can see all the available chat rooms. He has an option to create a new room as well. And right now just present the activity as in how many users are there in the past few sessions. This is not real time, as in based on the previous data, last session, how many users were there, so it will plot a line chart. So once we get this, user can go to any different chat room and see the activity, and based on the activity, he can log into the chat room. So say we start with what's in the name, and I enter the chat room. Now, this page is actually important for authentication reasons. I am a user, I can have a list of all chat rooms, but say I would also want my chat room to be secure. It could be a private chat, it could be only involving people of my group. So we just created an authentication page. Okay, I log in as Shrikant. Let's see. So let's go. The idea is I will be logging messages, and my friend here will be typing another messages. So we will show you that in the real-time application, and then we'll talk about what's happening behind the scenes. Password is, what's in the name? Right. So we have this simple chat message, and Vikas is typing some message from there. So let's see if it is indeed working. Okay. It's not able to send. Enter. That's the problem with demo. So not everything works as planned. So okay, I'll just type some messages. Hey. Okay. So the idea is, okay, I'll try it from logging from my system itself. Connectivity issue? It could be because he's accessing the VNC server from there, so it could be a connectivity issue. So I'll log in as Neha this time. That's what I'll do. Show here itself, two different windows.
We can try.
Connected, yeah. Okay, so we have two different users right now in the same chat group. So say any message. Are you able to send? No? Hey Shrikant. Hey Shrikant, how are you? So you see, I sent from a different window. This is a different client, a private window. Sent a message. So it's a real-time chat application. It's so there's right now there's nothing happening. Like whatever you are sending, that's going there. That's going to the hitting the server. It's just broadcasting. So that's okay. We'll just. So say Shrikant type some credit card numbers and stuff like that. Some phone numbers. And okay, yeah, fancy. Fancy credit card. Say 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just showing you an example as to what the chat could look like and what are the contents that could have been sent. So So this is what is, this is the first, we have used CAF on top of this. We showed you HP elements, we showed you IDM. Now all these chat messages, this is our application. This is what we are, is a real-time chat. Now what's happening behind the scenes, where else the other components are getting used? Shrikant will take over and tell you about it.
Okay, so now that we collected we have, so first stage is we need to collect the information from the messaging system. So we collect and then we put it in the CAF storage service. From there, we have defined a series of workflows which will run something like classification, speech, redaction, addiction, and then the OCR. So we define these stages, and then finally we are classifying it based on whether the conversation is good or bad. Where if it's a good memory, we'll be putting it to good memory queue. If it's a bad memory, we'll be putting it to bad memory queue. And then later we have something like the images also are classified accordingly. Then our ultimate idea is to stitch the information that is there in the text with the image and then come up with a PDF. So that's the ultimate idea. Yeah, sure. Okay, so where all we can use this? So this, we since for the sake of demo, we developed a simple messaging system. It can be applied to a link chat, and then it can be applied to WhatsApp, and then moderator can define all, using our CAF framework, he can define the policies and can restrict, and then he can do wonders there. Then it can be extended to Facebook also. But we thought we'll share some of the learnings what we are, so to, since Andy is here, we thought we'll share some of the things. So there are the policy server, we found some issues in the caching. So you try to delete it, you delete it, you do the hard reboot of the container, still we are picking the old policy. There are some issues there, and also those messages are they are not user friendly. It just specifies, just gives ID, and it's highly cryptic. So I think we can refine in there. So then we can just,
Sure. This is it. You can see it, right? Yeah.
just show the encrypted thing.
So
now,
first of all, everything is whatever you type is getting stored in the chat history. So we have chat history. So this is the original history. So whatever was an old session, whatever was there, it was archived, and this is what we get. So, and we'll also show you how the policy server came in and redacted that information. So chat summary. I'm just placing that side by side. That's fine.
yeah.
So I'll show you. Okay, I can't find this history. This is the. Can you see? Can you read this? Yeah. So if you see here, what I had shared a phone number here. So I have done an exact match string in the policy server. So that entire string will be replaced by star 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 star, 5 stars. So this was a phone number. Then this was a email ID, and then we have a phone number. So surprisingly, that policy server +1, it does not understand +1. So probably it could be because to show that this was a phone number. And then also we have applied 3 different policies: phone number, email, and then credit card number. So all these things get when you retrieve the archives, you're not able to see the sensitive information that can pinpoint back to you. Exactly. So this, if you see, this is actually coming back from the server after you retrieve it. This is after it's redacted after that. What we actually wanted was, when you send a message, it should, the no regrets application is something like you can send anything. You send in sensitive information, you send abuses, you send anything. It's like it will automatically redact, the server will redact, and it will send back to the broadcast to the clients. The real problem was it makes the chat application slow. The real time becomes difficult because policy server takes a lot of time to bring in all those policies and redact the information out of it. So this is only with chat. You could have it with images, you could have it with audios. There's a whole lot of possibilities that this can go through. And last point. So what we wanted to do was, we ultimately, see right now, if you go to a chat history, there's a lot of conversations, but you don't know which conversations are good or which conversations you actually want to go to. You don't know the context based on that conversation. So we wanted was, say a person wants to retrieve all the sweet memories he had. Nowadays, we are chatting every now and then. So we want to retrieve all the sweet memories we had, say I had with Shrikant. So, so ultimately, what I want is it should come up as I should have an option, so that will bring up stitch up all the content, all the sessions which had sweet memories, and bring up a slam book. It should be a nice fancy page and a PDF that I can scroll through. So that's the final idea if you want to present. Thank you.